There you
Big
go.
Lance.
What's up, there,
what
Edward?
is
I
what is
see you
happening,
finally
man?
made it. What's going on with you?
Yeah, that was we're about a minute late. We are streaming live on YouTube, so I need to tell you since you're from Lawton, Oklahoma, I got to tell you to watch your language. So because we live
Wow.
nation we live worldwide on YouTube. I don't
They,
want you to get in any
they,
trouble.
oh, okay. Gotcha.
But to
How
the
you doing?
audiences out there, anybody that picks this up, you are listening to Lance Harkey and yours truly, Edward Willis of Juke Joint Sports. This is a
Yo,
special Friday edition. We're coming on this Friday after a Cowboys Thursday night game to start the NFL season. We're typically going to be on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time, talking about everything that happened in the wide, wild world of sports over weekends, college football, pro football, maybe even some high school football, a little soccer, and anything else you want to talk about.
right.
But what you got to say for yourself, Lance?
Oh, nothing much, nothing much. I'm just ready to get. I'm excited about getting on this game here. This
Well, let's
Dallas and
jump right
Eagle
in.
game.
Let's jump right in. What you got to say? I know you're a cowboy hater. Come on with
I'm a
it, man.
hater. I'm a hater, and I think they played a pretty good game last night. To be honest with you, Dak, he's still not the answer. I don't care what you say, he's still not the answer.
Well, you got to tell me what you mean by that from last night's game, because
Okay,
my
he
man
played.
Dak, he played a great game last night, not from a statistical standpoint, but from an efficiency standpoint. His accuracy, he had one bad throw, should have been a pick. It wasn't.
Could have been.
He
Yeah.
had two passes down the seam to tight ends that if he throws them a little bit better, one's a touchdown, one's a long gain. Those things happen if you're going to throw 25 passes. You're going to have a couple of passes that aren't quite perfect. But really and
Yeah.
truly, his mobility was good. Getting them out of the huddle, getting them into plays correctly. He was on top of his game. I thought he read the Eagles, what the Eagles were trying to do to him defensively. I thought he saw right through that. And
Here,
you know, part of that
this is
goes
what I
to
mean.
coaching.
This is
I
what I mean about
thought they had a
that.
good game plan. You don't have to deal with Jalen Carter, right?
Yeah. This is what I mean about Dak. He'll play easy like he did 1 through 3, all the way into the. Just go back to the last 3 minutes, the last series he had. They took over at 3:02 left in the game. So I watched Dak when he came on the field. His eyes was kind of wide, a little bit wide. Then the first play, he had a 5 yard pass to Ferguson, but the coverage was tight. It was a tight coverage. He could have went somewhere else. Second one, he threw a deep incomplete to CD. Could have been that one or one of them
Whoa,
that
whoa, whoa,
CD
whoa,
dropped.
whoa, whoa. Hold on. Was that an incomplete or was I mean I know it was incomplete on the stats.
It was
That's
incomplete.
a pass CD should catch, correct? Right in his hands. Right in his hands, sets them up at minimum for a field goal, probably given the time left in the game, because
Okay.
that drop happened at 240. 240 to go in the game.
No,
So
the
yeah, it
one of
did.
them dropped. The
240.
first one, the first one was at 2:57.
Right. The
All
long
right.
pass was at 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
The long pass was at I got it all written down here. Now, let me finish. He missed
Okay.
the incomplete to CD. Then at 2:52, it was 3rd and 5. He hit Pickens with a 15-yard gain, which is perfect. Pickens only had one man on him, one man, and he should expose that more. Then the next thing you know, he threw another one at 2:47 deep to CD. That's the one you might be referring to.
Probably that hit him right in the hand. You can't
In the
throw a better
hands.
ball than that. You can't throw it
Yeah.
better than that.
And then he came out at 2:40 and he threw one to Schumacher.
Yeah.
One,
Yeah.
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 And then
And
he
that
threw,
was that was that he threw in the double coverage on that one.
Exactly. I'm saying, and then he threw one after that. He threw another, the deep one to the
Schoonmaker.
CD.
He threw a Schoonmaker in double
It,
coverage. Probably had somewhere
yeah,
else he could have gone with the ball.
exactly. Like Pickens. What I'm saying is the last 7 plays, he threw into more traffic 4 out of 7 times. Even the ones the CD was into traffic. He wasn't totally open. He hit him with good passes, but it was into traffic. You went to Pickens one time. Why? Why? Dak stared down the CD every time. Come on, man. It's the end of the game.
Well,
You got to use
he
everybody,
threw
bro.
he threw 13 passes to CD. 7
Uh,
were caught. 3 arguably CD should have caught. If he does,
all right,
that's
I'm not.
10
I'm not.
passes out of the 13 thrown to him.
What he do at the last three
Right?
minutes?
If
Three
you're
point
doing that,
zero two.
if you're doing that and that's working, why in the world would you ever go away from it?
Why? Because you hit when you needed that third and 5. You hit Pickens for 15. You went away from it then. Why you can't stay? You see, the
Well,
dude only
yeah,
had
on
that
that
little short
particular
number 3 on
play,
him.
did you see Pickens had one-on-one coverage and they had 2 people on CD on that play?
You making my point. Then why go to him the last 7 plays? Why go to him 4 times? And Pickens got 1-on-1, and he's supposed to be this awesome player. Dak,
Supposed to be.
Dak.
Supposed to be.
I mean, Pickens caught
Well,
what?
I
He
mean,
caught everything that was thrown to him. Maybe
you're
one.
never you're the only person in America that's not going to give Dak his due. I expect that. Everybody else said he played
I'm
a
not the only
very,
one.
very good game.
I'm not the.
Oh,
Everybody
just
else is
name
gonna say
somebody
it
and let's
because they
see.
on
Quote them.
TV.
Quote them.
They're gonna say
No, quote them.
they gonna say it on TV.
Why are they scared? They get paid more than me.
Huh?
Why won't they tell the truth then? They get paid more than I do
I
for
can't
doing this.
answer
Why won't they
that. I
tell the
can't
truth?
answer that. I
Okay. Then
can't
I'm going
answer
to
for them.
assume I'm not going to call them a liar until I fully catch them in it. I'm going to say they're telling the
I'm not
truth.
saying. I'm just telling you what I see. What I see. This is what
I
Lance
understand.
says. And I don't know.
Hmm.
Y'all break down films more than I do. But the last
I
7
haven't.
plays, he need to take his eyes off of one player, unless that Mike is telling him, "Hey, go to CD. Go to CD." Now, all my homeboys are dogging me out because CD is a OU player, and they say he's really not a number 3. They don't. They want him gone with Micah, but hey, who's to
So
say?
how are you going to do that? Who do you have to replace him on Cowboys?
Oh,
Are
I
you
don't
going to
know.
bet that?
I mean,
Yeah, they don't have anybody.
no,
And
they just say he's not a great catcher like
the
he's supposed to.
rest of the NFL, I guess they're blowing his head up, saying he's a Pro Bowl player.
CD?
Yeah,
No, CD's legit.
yeah,
I'm just
he's
talking
legit.
about, you know how fans are. He's
No,
legit.
I mean
He's always been legit.
people can talk because sometimes they just don't like people. The guy performs on the field, and the people who play against him say he's legit. That's the
He's
only
legit.
thing that matters. It's the people who are
Now
playing
what?
against you that they're trying to take your money and they don't want you to take their money. They say the dude is legit.
Yeah, but legitimately, I watch Dak for this moment. Every time he have these moments, he collapsed. Unless
Hmm.
he plays the New York Giants or something like that, New Orleans Saints. He might he
Well,
might
this is
he might
it's
bulk up.
interesting.
But when he
It's
played the
interesting that you
49ers
say
or when
that.
he played Philly, when he
What's
played
his
49ers and
record in
Philly,
Philadelphia?
I have not a clue. And a lot of his records
In
came, wait,
Philadelphia,
a lot of
what's
his
his
records,
record against
a
Philadelphia
lot of
in
his stuff
Philadelphia?
came when it was the NFC least, when Dallas was running roughshod over 3 sorry teams. So just the last, what, 3 or 4 years, the
Okay, so
NFC
Phil, you're
started
saying
getting better. And as they got better,
he has to play them twice a year. He has to play them twice a year every year. And 3 of the last 4 or
okay,
5 years, Philadelphia's been in the Super Bowl. So they weren't terrible. They were a pretty good football team. They lost to Kansas City once. They beat Kansas City. So they've been a
Yeah,
good
but
team
we
in the last 5 years. And his record against
okay.
them in Philadelphia is a winning record if you're going to put it
What's the
all on
record?
Dak. I mean,
What's the
football's a
record?
team game,
What's the record? What's the
but if
record?
people want to put it all on Dak, he's he was 5. I want to say he was 5 and
Wait,
he's
wait, wait,
now
wait. You
he's
just said the
5 and
last
3
5 years.
because he
Wait, you
missed
just
the
said the
game
last.
against them
You
because he
just
was
said the
injured.
last five
He's now,
years, and Edward, you're not listening to what I
and
said.
I don't believe he's. I think he's thrown maybe one interception
You're not listening
against
to
them
what
in
I said.
Philadelphia.
Or you're not listening to what
What'd
I
you say?
said. I
What
said
did you say?
he does good when it was the NFC least, when all those teams were sorry. In the
Yeah,
last
you
five
didn't hear what I
years,
said.
wait. No, you
Oh
said the
man, you're
last 5 years.
terrible.
Wait a second.
I
You
said
said he was five.
Philadelphia
Well, let me
against
finish.
Philadelphia.
He's 5-2, right? That's
Yeah,
that's when he was part of the NFC least. What was he the last 5 years? Come on, you can't have 7 games and tell
yeah,
me he
dude.
was five
I'm
and
gonna
two. Come
ask
on,
you
man,
a
it don't add
question.
up.
I'm gonna
It don't
see if you
add
even
up.
pay
Your
attention to
math don't
football.
add up.
In the last 4 years,
Now you
in
trying
the
to say
last
I'm. Now
four
you trying to
years,
say that I.
how
Now you trying to
many
call me a
times has
football dummy.
Philadelphia? I'm asking you a
Now you trying
question.
to call me a
I'm
football
asking you a
dummy.
question. In the
Now
last
you're gonna
five
say how do
years,
you pay attention to
well, you're gonna
football?
prove it.
Now you calling me under the
Prove it.
table a
You're gonna
football
prove
dummy.
it. You're going to prove it, or you're going to prove that you actually have a brain. In the last 5 years, how many times has
See
Philadelphia been in the Super Bowl?
that?
How
We
many
already know
times
that
has
answer.
Philadelphia been in the Super Bowl? What's the answer? You
What
give
they
it to
got to
me.
do? Huh? How many time they
They
been in the
weren't.
Super Bowl?
Weren't. They weren't least. They've been in the Super Bowl 2 out of the last 4 years. That's not
Time
least.
out. Time out. Time out. Time out. Time out.
And he,
Time out. Time out.
yeah,
Time
go
out.
ahead. Time out.
Dak
Time out.
been Dak
Time
been
out.
playing for 10 years. He
I
been playing
know.
for 10 years.
He's had some
Well, let's
injuries.
say 9 years.
He's
Okay,
had
for
some
nine
injuries.
years. Listen to me. For 9 years, that NFC sucked. Alone. That's why he did so well against Washington, who didn't have nobody. Giants, who didn't have nobody. Philly didn't have nobody. Within the last 5 years, the NFC. That's why Dallas ain't been doing
You're
so
going
good
in and
because them
out.
boys got
That's why
good.
I'm losing you and not hearing what you're saying. Your connection.
Yeah, I'm missing you too, but you see what I'm saying. Can you hear me now? Oh, you hear me now.
Yeah, I mean, I can hear you and I know what you're saying about the years, but in those years that he played against Philadelphia, they've been a pretty darn good football team. And especially over the last 4 years, in the last
Uh,
4 years, they've been to the Super Bowl twice and won a Super Bowl. In the last 4 years, they've been to the Super Bowl twice. That's not a
they
bad
haven't.
football team.
They haven't been good since Wilbert Montgomery used to play. That was the last time Philadelphia been good. Okay, you're not hearing me, are you? Hello? You there?
I'm here. I'm listening. I'm trying to listen.
Okay, you're gonna, you know, Michael Jordan fans, Dak fans, and Trump fans will never admit anything. So let's go to defense here. Can you hear
I can hear you. But I don't know.
me?
I don't know
Defense
where
was
you're
pretty
putting
good.
Michael Jordan and Dak in the same boat. Michael Jordan has rings. Dak has no rings.
No, it's never their fault. Anything is never their fault. It's never their
Um,
fault. Dak is
when
the
Jordan,
reason they can't win. I'm gonna say Dak is the
so
reason they
you're
can't
saying
win.
Jordan was the weak link? Is that what you're trying to say? They won in
Not
spite of
saying that.
Jordan. What are you
No,
saying?
Jordan only had 6 good years out of freaking 15, but yet he's a GOAT. I don't understand it. He got swept in the first round every coming up. If he's such a GOAT, Why wasn't, he got swept the first 2 or 3 years, and guess what? It was best 2 out of 3. He's a GOAT. Oh, yeah, he shot down 63 points against Larry Bird, but didn't win a game, like Robert Parrish always reminds you. So let's move on to that. Let's move on to the defense. We'll circle back to this Jordan, a GOATless, he had 9, he had 6 good years, and when it came out, he was the GOAT of the expansion teams. You remember what they did with expansion teams, how the other teams had to give up players? Well, anyway, let's go. How your defense do? Hello? Edward. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, well, anyway, Dallas defense did pretty not too good. I mean, I think the secondary did come along second half after the rain stopped. After the rain came, they did play a pretty good zone. But zone's only a zone. It's gonna get busted
The,
out
the
pretty soon.
corners, both corners had very good football games. The middle of the park for Dallas was the problem well, the whole defense was kind of a problem last year, especially when Micah was out. But the middle of the defense has been their problem for the last 5 years. And I think actually getting the defensive tackle from Green Bay, Clark, he had a really good game. And that's going to help them tremendously against the run. Sanborn is an okay linebacker, but
Hmm.
he was getting destroyed on the pass. Those mid-range passes over the middle between him and Hooker, Philadelphia could have ran those plays all night long. Uh, Hooker is an average safety. Sanborn, whatever his name is, he's an average middle linebacker. He's probably as good or better than what they had last year. But what they had last year was average as well in the middle linebacker position. They failed to draft a middle linebacker, just like they failed to draft a defensive tackle. And for the last 4 years, I've been saying they need to draft a safety. Philadelphia drafted 2 kids over the last 2 years, 3 years now, safeties. Both of them start. One of them had a pick six of Mahomes in the Super Bowl last year as a rookie. That young man was available when Dallas drafted last year, and he's the person I wanted them to draft. They didn't draft it. You have to be good in the middle of the park on a football team. Your interior D line, your interior linebacking, and your safeties have to be good for you to have a quality defense in the NFL. And if you can get one side, as far as your cornerbacks go, if you can get one side and get a really stud player on one side of the field, you can cover for the guy on the other side if he knows how to put his shoes on. You can do that. But if you don't have a safety, you can't. You got to have a safety, and the safety's got to be able to read deep offenses, and he's got to have wheels. You got to be able to run. Got to be super fast, and they don't have that. Um, their pass rush when they had Micah helped them cover for that in many cases.
Right.
And they didn't have a pass rush last night, and they're really lucky that Philadelphia's game plan was not to try to go deep on them. Philadelphia had a conservative game plan last night. For whatever reason, their game plan was conservative. They did not go long to Brown, or I forget what's the other receiver's name, the other kid. Both
Yeah.
have speed.
Send him. Maybe that zone was pretty good, effective.
Uh, I would have tested Dallas's ability to cover deep. They would have had to prove it to me. But, Philadelphia has their game plan. what they wanted to do. They did. They won the game. But I would have made Dallas prove to me that they could cover deep ball because they got burned last year several times on teams that were willing to test them deep because their safeties can't run. Leaves it
Who's the
all on
other
the quarterbacks.
cornerback?
What is he's new. He's a kid that they got from New England, I think. Former
Oh,
number
okay,
one
okay.
pick. He was good. I thought he was solid last night. I think he got beat. He got beat down the field on one pass, and actually his coverage was good on that pass. It's just a well thrown ball. I thought he played well. I thought he came up on the run, was physical. I was surprised at how good Diggs was because I didn't even think
Well,
Diggs was going to play.
I didn't either. I had him
But
counted out.
he had a good game last night. He was solid, and Bland was
He was
solid.
solid.
Yeah,
Bland,
Bland
that's the
was
guy.
solid. Yeah,
He did
Bland was
all right.
solid. Yeah, but they had Bland in the slot. He was a slot cover guy. Wasn't a lot for him to do except support. He did really well in run support. He's a good secondary defender in the pass. So that part was solid. Their run defense was solid for the most part. 60 yards for Saquon. I thought they did well.
62. 60
62,
yards, you're
okay.
right. 60
Yeah.
yards, 60 yards, 60.
18
62,
carries and 60
62
yards or
for
whatever
Hurts.
for Hurts. And that's the thing. They don't have an answer for Hurts. They don't have an answer for him. You don't have anybody on the defensive line that's going to run him down. So
Well,
you
they
have to
didn't,
spy him. They spied him that one play. Maybe
just
they
one
spied
play.
him more off. Maybe they spied him more often than that. But the one time the spy worked, and they were able to keep him either for no gain or short gain or whatever when he scrambled. But they got nobody that can really chase and run him down. Micah can run him down, and that creates opportunities for other people to go on some adventures when rushing him to see if they can get to him because Micah's coming behind them. They don't have that anymore. They're
Right,
guys.
right.
The guys they had on the edge were good. They're solid. I mean, they were okay. They're NFL players. They're average or slightly better than average NFL players on a average to slightly better than NFL team that is going to have to
I,
play almost a perfect game to win every time out to win 9 games.
you think they're going to play that hard?
I think it depends on. I'll put it on a couple of things. Number one, they need to beat the Giants. So if you get out of the gate 0-2, and all the questions are coming in about why'd you trade Micah and why'd you do this and is Shoddy a 1 year coach and blah 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 and why'd you sign all these guys to 1 year contracts and all of that and people start asking a lot of questions and start making plans on where they're going to be next year and that type
Right.
thing, it can go downhill in a hurry. But if they beat the Giants after playing as well as they did against Philadelphia, and you're 1-1, and you got the season in front of you, well, maybe now you start thinking if we put this effort out every week, we at least have an outside shot of a wild card. And you play like that until the wild card's gone, right?
Right. That's
That's
how
the
I think
only
they're going to play.
yeah, that's the only way you get better than 7 wins. You have to play with that. You've got to see the gold at the end of the rainbow and know that it's there if you bust your behind to get there. The moment that's gone, they don't have a lot, man. They don't have a lot. It's waiting for the future for real, which is why I think Jerry and Steven signed so many guys to 1 year deals. All these free agents they bringing in, 1 year deal. I mean, Pickens, they're going to try to re-sign Pickens, I'm sure, but Pickens is basically here on a 1 year deal. He's at the end of his contract. I mean, he's option or whatever. So
Yeah, he's a.
yeah, so they've got probably a dozen guys that are basically on either a 1 year deal or the last year of their deal. They did extend Bland this past week, and there may have been somebody else that they did an extension or working on an extension for, one of their offensive linemen, I think. I thought the offensive line was pretty decent, but again,
They were pretty decent.
you didn't have big boy to contend with. You don't know how
And
good you are if you don't have to play against big boy, right?
I'm not
So,
going to ask you about the spitting deal because
well, you know how I feel about that. That man, we're all going home. We're all getting kicked out of the game. Either everybody's gonna play, or everybody's
here's
gonna
my
get kicked
thing.
out
Why did Dak feel the need to step forward, spit,
because he's a
instead of
man. Because
stepping
he's a man.
instead of stepping backwards? He
No, he's
said
a
he don't. He
man.
says he's too much of a man to spit at somebody, but yet he took a couple steps forward to spit at someone. That's all I got
No, no,
for
no,
him.
no, no, no. The only reason he said, and you can't. This is all
He
after the
said he
fact, right?
stepped forward
So he
because he
wouldn't
didn't want
spit
to
on
spit
his
on.
own guys.
Man, he could have stepped backwards to spit on the ground.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna
I
go
don't.
with
But
him
that's
on
what I'm
this.
saying. Y'all bailed that dude out of everything. You
Don't
bailed him
have
out of
to.
that.
Don't
He bailed
have to.
out.
He's a grown
You just
man.
bailed him out.
He's a grown man. He said what
I'd
he
have cracked
said.
him. If I
Well, I
left the
mean,
game, I'd have cracked him.
Hey, listen, let me ask you a question. You're Jalen Carter. You got big money every week. Every paycheck is big money. I don't know exactly how much he makes, but Jalen makes good money.
This is
Are
third
you
year.
are you willing? Are you willing to lose three paychecks?
He just did.
No, he lost. He probably lost one.
He
They
lost
might
this one.
suspend.
He's going to get two. They're going to give him two
No,
games.
he didn't lose. He didn't lose anything for this game. He just got
He
thrown out. You
did.
don't lose a paycheck. No, you don't lose a paycheck for that.
Oh,
No,
they can't get him.
no, they can't do that. Now, if the league decides to suspend him for some games,
That's
then he'll lose.
to
He'll
me
lose
that'd be
those
bad.
paychecks.
They
Yeah,
got to take in the
maybe a half, maybe the first half of a game or something, maybe something like that. But
because
if he hits him, that's a whole different
he's
thing.
still on his rookie contract. He's still on his rookie contract.
Yeah, but he's at the end of that rookie contract, and he may have
It's
already
third year.
redid it. He
Third
may have
year.
already redone that contract. If I'm
This is
Philadelphia,
third.
I'm getting him redone quick. If I'm Philly,
Well,
I
just to
don't want
let you
him going
know,
anywhere.
just to let you know, Dak QBR was 58.7.
Oh wow, that's not that high.
Hertz was Hertz was 93.7.
Okay. And was Hurts
So
because he ran for two touchdowns, or you think that's why it was as high as it was?
probably, probably because they threw.
He had less yards than Dak. I think his completion percentage may have been higher than Dak's, but it was for less
Well,
yards. Neither
one
one
threw
threw a
for
pick.
no.
So
So
I mean that's a
I
big
don't
gap. Yeah, I don't know how that deal works. But
I don't know
again,
how
I thought, but
QBR works.
yeah, I don't know how that works. But I thought the fumble. Now CD's drops were big, but I thought the fumble was maybe the
Was
biggest
bigger.
play of the game. Yeah.
And you know I do the betting thing kind of sort of. I had it going over. It should have went over 40, 48 and a half easily. But
Easy,
here
but
come the
you had the
rain.
rain delay. Yeah. Rain
I
delay
know
killed
that
it.
killed us. Just like baseball. Every time there's a rain
Yeah.
delay, it's gonna kill the over.
Yeah.
So that hurt me yesterday. So
I mean,
changing gears.
that was better than even a Super Bowl halftime to go in and be able to totally redo how you were going to approach the game, make all
Uh
kinds of
huh.
adjustments. You get 12 minutes in an NFL halftime in the locker room. Half the
Right,
time
right.
those guys are in the stall taking a dump, right? For half of
Either
those
that or
12
on the
minutes.
phone.
Right, exactly. So when you get an
Hey,
hour, you can change your whole thing around.
changing gears. I already know your answer. That is. Caitlin Clark is out for the rest of the year.
Yep.
Hooray! I think it's a good thing for her.
I had a disagreement or well a discussion with my son at the All-Star break because he thought she should because the All-Star game was in Indianapolis.
Uh huh.
He thought she should play. in the All-Star game. And I said, no, man, she's the future of the league. At this moment, she's the bright shining star in the league. You can't risk her long-term injury by rushing her back. So I actually think they've done the smart thing by taking her out for the rest of the year in the playoffs. She needs to be totally healthy. Whoever worked with her this past off season, as far as getting her stronger,
Mm-hmm.
I think they made a mistake that's made with athletes all the time, basketball and football in particular. Football usually more than basketball, but they over muscled her. She came back looking so totally different, heavier muscle and all that. No time for her body to adapt to it. And there she goes. She's McCaffrey. Hey, she's McCaffrey. That's he blew up.
I love this.
Thank you. He blew up so fast when he got into the NFL with his leg workouts that he constantly now has leg injuries all the time because
Oh, McCaffrey.
he's more explosive than what his natural body is meant to be. And his joints can't handle it. His muscles have overpowered his joints and his ligaments. And I thought he had solved it that one really excellent year he had in San Francisco, 2 years ago. I thought he had solved that particular issue. He looked leaner, looked faster, looked quicker, less of a target, kind of toned the weightlifting down a little bit. But now they don't know if he's going to play, opening day or not for them against Seattle. And I think it's going to be a constant for him throughout his career until he gets that thing figured out. Sometimes you just have to mature.
Yeah. Who you look at coming out of for the Super Bowl this year?
I had Philadelphia going back,
Really?
and yeah, even with all the players they lost on defense, I had them
In the
going
OC,
back.
didn't they lose the OC also?
Well, they lost their
DC.
offensive yeah, they lost their offensive
Yeah.
coordinator, and they may.
I'm talking
I
about
don't.
this,
I know that.
the new
I think
one.
they have the same. I think they have the same defensive coordinators last year. But obviously they lost their offensive coordinator to New Orleans, head coach down there. But
Yeah.
I thought
He's
they
gonna
had
have
good
a hard one.
replacement. Yeah, he's going to have a hard year. Spencer Rattler. That's all you got to say.
Oh, you baby. Oh, you boomer.
And South Carolina. He moved. He moved a
Yeah.
little bit.
But we grew him up. We grew him up.
You ran him out of town, man. They ran him out of
Well,
town on a rail.
we had better. Hurts was better,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah. Hurts was better. I mean, that's the thing is that you had a series of quarterbacks. With Mayfield and Hurts. What's the other? There was another young man in there.
Mayfield was there,
Yeah, you
and
had a
that
great
boy
run at quarterback.
for the player for Arizona.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you can't get any better than those three, and you had them in succession to each other basically. So yeah, you get a little spoiled, you know. And now you go on the hunt, trying to find somebody to replace them in the portal. We'll find out Saturday if Mateer can duplicate
My,
what he did at Washington State.
I think Aaron Rodgers will have a good season this year.
Yeah,
I think he's healed up from the ACL, the leg. I think he's healed up. His ego is I don't know if he ever had an ego. You know, I
he's
think
a
y'all
different
make
kind of
it.
dude. He's just a
Yeah,
different kind of dude,
he
man.
different guy. I don't think he had. I love Aaron Rodgers, so
Yeah. Well, he's always been a good football player. I remember watching him. USC had the number one defense in college football, and they played Cal when he was a starting quarterback at Cal. And I
I
think he
know.
completed. I want to say, and I'm probably going to be off by one or two on this number, but he completed 23 straight passes on a defense that had 6 All-Americans and eight and,
Really?
and eight guys who started in the pros were on that defense, and he completed 23 passes in a row.
Wow.
Yeah, so he showed people he was something special, and of course, once he gets to Green Bay, he had a great career at Green Bay. Did win a Super Bowl, probably should have won more than one, but you know, I think he probably thinks his legacy is complete, and the only thing he needs to do to really be a beloved figure is simply to have a year without controversy.
Right.
If he can do that, he'll be fine.
He's going to be fine, especially with, you know, the coach. He respects the coach.
Yeah, yeah. You
He
well,
re, he actually
if you don't
wait.
respect that coach, you're gonna be at the end of the bench wondering why am I sitting here with a
Actually,
baseball cap on?
actually, he likes this coach.
Probably,
He said,
yeah,
"I've never been with a coach like this." They don't even ask him to go out and eat. They say Aaron Rodgers be like, "Hey, y'all, come on, let's go hang out, eat." So that's a good deal.
yeah.
So here we go. Let me get into this one real quick. Your boy Art Manning and UT, overrated. Oh,
What about Arch?
Arch and UT and Hole, all overrated. Overrated.
Okay,
Arch is overrated. He's going to have to change his throwing, his release. His release is kind of sideways. It's not a natural release. And don't tell me Patrick Mahomes, he throws side on when he's trying to get away from somebody and he can't throw over the dude. He'll throw a sideways. Lamar do the same thing. But they throw in motion is always. But Art, his release. If I was a defensive lineman playing,
hmm
I would attack him from that side as the ball being released from his sideways. It's a regular throw, but it's from the side. It's not from the overtop. It's a weird
I
throw to me.
think that when we're in the middle of October, that the last thing people are going to be talking about is Arch Manning's throwing motion. That either he is not the starting quarterback at UT, or people are just going to be talking about him like, yeah, he is a Heisman candidate. Because I don't see the problem with his throwing motion, other than I think that he was. I think Ohio State threw some things at him that
Stop
even
it.
even even Sark
Stop it.
was amazed. But you're going to see. Here's the thing. I'll leave it at that because they got 11 more games. Either
True
you're going
that.
to come on here every week and you're going to say he's got a problem, he can't play, or you're not going to say anything at all because they're hanging half 100 on people. So we'll just see because there's 11 more regular season
Well,
games,
they
right?
possibly might beat up San Jose. There's some gimmies in
Oh, they
there.
possibly might beat up everybody. And the thing is that when everybody plays Ohio State, you're gonna understand that there's 8 future
Uh,
NFL players on that Ohio State defense.
yeah, but you didn't tell me that before the game started.
Oh, I did. I told you that.
No,
I
you
told you
didn't. No,
Ohio
you
State was
didn't. You
good. Yes,
said
I
sit
did.
back and watch us produce. You said sit
Oh,
back.
and
I,
you know
I,
what?
I got the quote. I got it on text.
Right, right.
I still
Put it.
got it.
Play it. Play it.
No, I have to show you the text you sent me.
Okay. Show it.
I said,
Pull it up. Pull it
no,
up and
because
read
I
it.
tried. I just tried a while ago and got messed up the whole thing. But anyway, I told you this is what I said. UT is number one, the number one best defense in the nation. They're the number one team in the nation, one of the top quarterbacks in the nation, but yet they're getting 1.5 points. Help me make that sense. You know what you said? You wrote back. Don't worry
Yeah, I told
about
you that.
that.
I told you
You said that's
they
just
were
betting stuff.
pulling.
Watch,
Yes,
just sit back and watch us produce. We're gonna
right,
beat them boys.
and they should have.
Oh, God.
How many times inside the 5 yard line did Texas not score
Last year,
this
I
year
mean
against
this
Ohio
year,
State?
this year
Twice,
none. No,
twice.
they didn't score.
No, they got stopped 4th and 1 from the 1 yard line. Arch tried to run a draw, and they stopped him.
And
That's
I
inside the
told
5.
you, and I mentioned to you that you cannot replace 4 linemen and be number one in the nation.
I think their
You
line
can
was
you
no.
no no
Let me
I
tell you.
don't
There you
you're
go. You
saying
can
think
talk. Just talk.
I
No,
think I'm telling
talk,
you you can't.
talk. Yes, you can. And that doesn't mean that what you replace them with is still better, is going to be able to blow Ohio State off the ball. Count how many times in the 12 games or the 11 games that Ohio State has left regular season that their defensive line gets blown off the ball. That is a defense that has 8 future pros on it. Nobody's going to dominate them. Texas
But
outgained them. And if
okay,
Texas can score,
Vegas
if
didn't care
Texas,
about that. Vegas
Vegas
didn't
cares
care that
about
they had
money.
8.
Vegas cares
No,
about
Vegas is rarely
money.
low. When Vegas said, "I don't
51,
care, you
51,
bring in
49,
number
baby.
one," and I'm surprised you haven't said nothing about Ohio State coach, defensive coach.
Oh, I did. I
But you
sent it to
knew,
you, Mike Patricia. Read your
yeah.
text because I
After
sent
you
you.
get beat, there would not before.
All I said was Mike
You never
Patricia.
mentioned this dude before that.
Yes, I
Nobody
did in
mentions
talking to
him.
you. Yes.
No,
Everybody,
no. I said,
everybody who follows
man,
college football know that they hired him.
all you heard was Arch.
Yeah, you're still going to hear his name. They're still talking
Oh,
about him
you
this
hear his
week.
name, but he done got like they put out today. He done got
Dude,
down. He done got knocked down
when
a peg or two. He's not even a top
that's
10
okay.
quarterback in the MC. No way.
That doesn't matter because you still got to play the games. Who cares? You
You
got to play
notice
the games.
how it changes up when you lose. I like that though.
No, I
That's all right.
told you this. I told
I'll
you
hold
this.
it
I
back to
told you
you.
this last year. I told
Uh
you
huh.
this last year.
Hmm.
I don't. I told you that Texas is going to be in the playoffs, and I told you they'd make the semifinals. Told you that last year. After Georgia beat them, and even after Georgia beat them again.
Well, yeah, they did get favorable ratings. I mean, favorable
What
placements, favorable.
only thing I'm going to tell you is that it's a long season. Not as long as the pros, but it's a long season. And talent wins out. Now, if their talent is overrated, and I don't think it is,
I do.
then they'll be exposed. I don't
You
think they're
know
going to be exposed,
their defense might be okay, little tight, a little tight.
dude.
Yeah, I mean, you told me you was gonna
Ohio
hang.
State,
You told me you was
Ohio
gonna hang a
State
half a hundred on us. I'm waiting for
on
that.
Oklahoma. I am too.
Yeah.
I am as well. I am as well because I definitely want them to hang. I want them to hang half 100 on Oklahoma,
You can vote
and,
all
and
you
I
want.
want I want Arch to go to the 50-yard line of the Cotton Bowl and do a stage bow to the Oklahoma sideline and Oklahoma fans, and then
Well,
blow them
see
a kiss. Blow them a
that's
kiss.
just hate right there. That's just hate. What you think about this OU Michigan game coming up?
Going to be a good game. Um,
I I give
this
the
it is a this is a dream opening for Underwood, the freshman quarterback at Michigan.
the
It's
thing.
either dream or nightmare, right? Because that's a wild place to go play. Norman
That's what
is a
that's what
loud,
we gonna
wild
lose
place
too
to
much
play.
there.
So if he's really any good, you're going to see it because he's going to eat it up. He's going to eat it up. He's going to be like, you remember. Well, you should remember. You're an Oklahoma fan. You remember Uwe von Schaman
Yep,
at the Horseshoe against Ohio State when they tried
exactly.
to ice him, and he's there, serenading
Yeah,
before he made the winning kick, right?
I think
That's the
I
kind
think I
of.
came along. I came around after him. I think I got to meet him years ago.
I think that was night. Was
I,
that 19? What year was that?
uh,
1981.
yeah, it had to be like right there because I graduated in
Yeah, I think it was.
'79, so it had to be right there. It might have been a couple years before that though.
Yeah,
I
somewhere
can't
in that
remember that far back.
80, 81 time period. But that's that's the kind of cool you have to have when you're on the road. You know.
The only one who really dominated us years ago was when Ohio State came in with Zeke. Zeke killed us.
Well, I'm gonna tell
At that time, we only lost three
dude.
games. Even when Mahomes came in there, we controlled him. Well, we
When
didn't control
Jimmy,
him. It was
when
like
Jimmy,
48 to 49.
when Jimmy brought Testaverde and that team down there, and
No, they
Bosworth
never
chased.
came to. They
Yeah, they
never came
did.
in there.
Bosworth chased him all over the field and could never catch him.
Jimmy couldn't beat OU
Yeah,
with
Miami.
all these teams he
Well, he
done
had
jumped
Oklahoma
ship with.
State. Oklahoma
Yeah.
State couldn't beat Oklahoma
Well, he
in
had two
those days,
Heisman Trophy winners. He had two
but
Heisman
he didn't
Trophy
have.
winners.
But he didn't have a team.
He had a real good team.
They were good. They weren't at Oklahoma's level.
I mean, a lot of them was play calls that messed them up.
Now,
He
dude,
caused them to
look,
lose a few games.
they would play well and lose to Nebraska. They would play well and lose to Missouri, or somebody like that. And Oklahoma beat them every year, and they would go 8-3. Oklahoma State would go 8-3. Remember they had Hartley Dykes. Remember
Yep.
Hartley Dykes? Yeah. So I mean, they had guys like that,
You
man. They
remember
were
what he?
studs.
Well, Hartley was good. He was just
Yes, he was
known for
good.
something off campus that nobody wanted to mess with around. Because Dez came behind Hartley.
Right. Yeah. But if you got five good players, you can have a good team. But to have a great team, you need to have 15 or 16 great players in college football. You need to have 7 or 8 on each side of the ball that can
Just
really
good
play.
players.
Yeah, that can really play. You can count on them every week that they're going to play. And then all you do is throw in a couple of, Joe Washingtons and, people
Woo,
like
that was
that,
my boy.
Billy Sims and,
Greg Pruitt.
Elvis Peacocks and Greg Pruitts.
Elvis was okay.
Man, Elvis was a bad man.
You think Elvis? See, I came when I went up there and Billy won the championship, and I went back to high school. But after that, they brought in the guy Elvis. Elvis was one of them.
Elvis was a classic slasher back, more of an eye back than a wishbone back, really and truly. But
He
he
had,
had to play where he had to play.
and then they brought in Marcus Dupree.
Yep,
The great Marcus.
yep. Marcus
We
Dupree was a
were
good
pretty.
man.
Yeah, we
Overstreet
were
wasn't
pretty
bad.
stout back there. Yeah, unfortunately, he passed away by hitting that bridge, but he was
Hmm.
good. He was a good back.
Yeah, he was a good
And then
back. Yeah, I mean,
my homeboy went over there. He was pretty good. Charles Thompson.
oh yeah, nothing wrong with Charles Thompson, man. Charles Thompson could play.
Yeah.
He liked to do a little something on the side, but Charles Thompson was a bad man.
Nah, that was bogus. That was bogus. That wasn't nothing on the side. His daddy was
Okay.
no.
All right. All
You got
right.
you got to read the book. You got to read the book to understand
I
what
got to read the
happened.
book. I got to read the book.
Yeah,
I can't
Charles
read the.
Thompson book.
I can't read the jacket. I got to read the jacket of the book.
I mean, you can read the jacket. He did do what he did, but it was another homie who
Okay.
was trying to get out of trouble to. But anyway, you got to read Thompson's book. It was pretty good.
Okay.
But tell me, what was I? This was something I can't remember now. Explain to me this. Like Thompson, one of his sons, Charles Thompson's one of his sons.
Hmm.
They're still playing. Like 6, 7 years into the league right now, and not the league, but NCAA.
Okay.
How these people are managing staying on there for? How you be
So you
a
get
how
you
you
get
be
a
a
standard,
red how can you be a red shirt 5th year senior?
right? So you get one red shirt year if they want to put it on you. Like you could miss a year because of injury. You got injured in the summer. spring practice. You don't play the next year. You don't play a certain number of games. You can get a red shirt that way. Obviously, a lot of freshmen get red shirted, right? I mean, they come in, there's no place for
Yeah.
them to play. So they get a red shirt year. People got a red shirt, an additional red shirt year because of COVID. So
Okay.
that was
I
like an
remember that.
automatic. All you had to do was request it, and you got a red shirt year. Even if you played 6 games, you could you could claim COVID, and NCAA didn't blink an eye. They gave people an extra year. And then you can get that transfer deal where you transfer to another school that offers a degree program that your school doesn't offer. So that's a 1 year deal where you can go play that one extra year. So literally, you can have 6 years, 7 years of eligibility. The red shirt year, original red shirt year doesn't count. You add the
What's that
COVID red
book?
shirt year, that's 2. Then you got 4 years of standard eligibility, and then you can be a grad transfer. That's 7 years that you can be in college on somebody's football team. And there are some
That
kids out there that are 24, 25 years old that are starting in college this year.
right. There was one for Miami a couple years ago. He played like almost 8 or 9 years.
I remember something about that. And then if you go
Yeah.
to if you're a BYU student and you take 2 years out to go on mission, they don't count those years against you. So BYU
Oh,
is always going to have some 23, 24-year olds,
quick,
on their football team.
quickly, quickly. What's your thoughts on Colorado?
Um, I think they're going to be. I think they'll be lucky to win 7 games this year, and it's because the Big 12 is actually a pretty good league.
That's really all they need to win to get a bowl game, right?
Yeah, I think they'll be in a bowl. He simply what Dion has to do if he's going to stay there, and I think he really and truly wants to stay there. I think he likes it. They're going to have to up their recruiting, and basically have to up their recruiting on both sides of the line. Linemen, that's what they needed year one. That's what they needed last year. That's what they need this year. He's going to be
The
able to get offense and
offensive
defensive
line
line,
didn't.
man.
That defensive line, I don't know if it's him recruiting or Sap. One of them got to do a little better, man. Come on, y'all got to get some beef nowadays, man. Nobody
You,
wants to get beef.
it's tough. Who are you recruiting against? In the middle of the country, you're recruiting
Yeah, but
against Oklahoma. You're recruiting against A&M. You're recruiting against Texas. You're recruiting now. Nebraska's back in the
that,
picture,
that
doing a better
that's
job.
true. That's true.
Kansas
But
State, Iowa
you
State.
can't, all that recruiting. We went to Hooks, Texas, and got the Heisman Trophy winner. You
I
can't go to
understand.
East St. Louis. You can't go to East St. Louis and get some players. Them
This
brothers
is,
been 20-0 every year almost.
I know.
My
This is the thing,
brother-in-law,
though.
Hurley King, he's from
Yeah.
East St. Louis, and that's all he brags about. But I
If
keep
you
up with the
if
stats.
you're
He's
if
right.
you're Dion, and your name has some cachet, number one thing you have to do is all of the best players at their position in the state of Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
There should be no reason they're not in Boulder, right?
Right.
The
But
best
have you heard
player,
anything?
the best player in New
Have you heard?
Mexico
Uh-huh.
should be in Boulder.
Have you heard any negativity about Dion? I heard
None.
one negativity.
I
One
haven't heard any.
negativity. He treats the UIL money like it's his. Therefore, he loses a lot of players. He tells them if they don't reach a certain, this comes from players now. If they
Hmm.
don't reach a certain status, they're not getting paid.
Well,
And
so
so
there are
they're like,
rules.
well, shoot,
There
let
are
me go
rules
over here
around
this
that.
way.
There are
Yeah,
rules
but
around
when you
that.
get in that locker room, them rules don't. You got to prove it.
Then he's going to be gone because the money's
No,
not coming out of the money. Listen, Lance, the money's not coming out of Dion's pocket.
I understand it's not, but he's not
Then
understanding it.
where is it coming from?
I don't know where NIL. I know it don't come out of his pocket.
It comes from boosters who support the program, who want the
Okay.
program to win, so they can brag at the country club. right?
He even
They
made
want they want bragging rights.
okay. I understand that.
Right. So if the money's not going to bring in the guys that they want so that they can win and have bragging rights, number one, the money stops. And number two, when the money stops, whoever's in the way of the money coming in gets a ticket out of town on the Greyhound.
It's not the
That's
money. It's not coming in. He's telling the players they have to meet a certain criteria
doesn't
to get
you
this money.
can't do that. Is what I'm
He's
trying to tell
been
you.
doing it. You could tell me, you
Well,
could can all day long.
then he's going to lose, Lance.
That's why he's not getting any
Well, then
good recruiting.
Dion's not stupid.
He got Liberty. He got the Liberty quarterback to
But
come
he's
over
not.
and
He's not stupid. Liberty, dude, get me the quarterback who started at Miami last year. Get me the quarterback that started at Georgia last year, who's now at Miami.
well,
That's the guy I
but
want.
yeah, but the dude from Liberty, he started 3 years in a row. He should have done
That's
better than
okay.
what he did the other day.
Liberty, dude. Liberty,
They
not
have a
the
good
insurance
team.
company, but
The
but
university.
the university, right? You're not. I'm
Yeah.
not impressed. I'm not impressed.
Well,
I'm not
I'm just
impressed.
telling you. We're sitting here and telling him what he needs to recruit. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, from what I
So
heard through the grapevine, I'm telling you,
as a coach,
when he's
get out
messing
of
with
the
that money,
get out of the way. If you're the coach, get out of the way of the money. Do the recruiting. Step out of the room and let the guy that you hire, because all these colleges now have a general manager that's in charge of
right?
all that money stuff. Let the general manager do his job.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know that for sure, but I'm taking your
No, I'm
word for
saying
it because
maybe he isn't. Maybe
you
he isn't letting the general manager do his job. Maybe he wants to have too much of a hammer over players. It's too easy to transfer. It's too easy.
that's what's going. I think that's what's going on because he should recruit better.
Dude,
I'm
did you see what TCU did to North Carolina?
yeah.
Okay. Go look at TCU's roster and see how many transfers they have, and then go look at TCU's NIL, and you'll understand why they have those players. But they're small fry. Go to Texas Tech. Texas Tech spends money like an NFL team. Look
They
at the
do.
dudes that they have coming in. I mean, it's they got an NFL payroll at Texas Tech.
I do know that NFL worries about all that because some of them players ain't coming to the NFL. They're getting their UIL money and shoot, starting their life with that degree. I don't blame them.
Well, I mean, some of them are going to still come to the NFL, but like the kid at Miami, Beck, quarterback at Georgia last year, he could have gone pro.
Hmm.
But the rookie pay scale, if he goes in the first round, is X number of dollars. He's getting 4 times that
Highest Texas
at
ranked over.
Miami. Yeah, I
Highest
mean,
0-1 Texas ranked over 1-0 Miami.
probably a better team. They're just a better team than Miami. But
Oh my goodness. Oh my
here's the
goodness.
deal: both of them play 12 regular season games, and in both their cases, they have a chance to play in a conference championship game. At the end of all that in December, the NCAA has a playoff. You don't even have to talk about it.
12
Just
teams.
play the games.
Right. Right now, John Marshall is playing Louisville, and it's started third quarter. John Marshall 7, Louisville 6. That's sad.
Well,
This was
you know
supposed to
that
be a
James.
high scoring
Let
game.
me tell you something. That James Madison program. Now they may have graduated some of their players, but over the
They
last
did.
3 years, hadn't they won like 30 games over the last 3 years?
Yeah, they've been brothers. They had great running backs. I've
Yeah.
been winning a lot. We're winning a lot with them.
But Louisville's a good program. That's a good ACC program.
They don't look as strong as they have been. Maybe after you get a little time.
We don't see them play enough. I don't see them play enough to even be a judge of that. I just know they're in the mix every year.
You
Louisville's
don't
in
see
the
them.
mix every year.
That's why I'm telling you, you need to bet. You need to make wagers, and you'll start
Nope,
learning
nope,
all this
nope,
stuff.
nope, 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 nope. Don't have to do it.
Come
Don't
on,
have to.
man.
Didn't have to do it when I was a child to enjoy college football or pro football. Don't have to do it as an adult. I just love the games.
Yeah, you love them and bet on them.
Nah, not me. I'm out on all that.
Yeah,
Even more than a religious standpoint, which from a religious standpoint I can't. But I wouldn't do it if I could, if it was allowed.
but you gave
I
me
don't.
some picks.
That's why I don't even play fantasy football. I don't get it. I just want to sit back and enjoy the game for the pure joy of watching great athletes compete. I love it.
That's why I never bet on OU.
Okay.
I can't enjoy them. Can't enjoy that game if I bet on them.
So pull up your sheet. Let's see what we got on the NFL tonight. What's the score right now? Kansas City
I
and
don't know. I was looking for it, but I couldn't find it. It's
you
supposed to
should
be
be
on
able to see it on.
YouTube.
Well, just pull up ESPN and see what they've got the score at.
Well, that's what this game is on, and they haven't said anything. This Louisville game.
But they'll post scores though.
Yeah, they scrolling through baseball right now.
If you just go through, can you pull up the ESPN? I'm pulling it up now on my pad just to get scores. Just pulling up the app.
Minnesota and the Bears is not going to be that good of a game.
That should be a dogfight though. Should be just a regular NFC North dogfight.
Right.
I expect a low scoring game. So this is interesting. 8:52, second quarter. Chargers 10, Chiefs 0.
All
That is
the
classic. That's classic Chargers to get out to a lead and then probably figure out a way to lose the game.
all the all the most of the commentators today was saying Chargers. They know how to play KC, and they was Holgram has never lost the open game. What's the coach name? Harbaugh.
Oh,
Harbaugh
Harbaugh.
in the NFL, he's never lost the opening game. And
Hmm.
all the people who advise you who to take uh, they said take the Chargers plus 3.5.
Okay.
So evidently they're right. Oh well, so far it's in the first
Yeah,
quarter.
it is in the second quarter. 10-0. Herbert has a touchdown pass.
His prediction is 1.5 today. They say take the under, but it looked like he might throw 2 touchdown passes. I don't know. When you over there in another country, oh my God, this dude just caught a one-handed pass for John Marshall. Oh man, it's gonna be on ESPN. But when you're overseas, it's just a different deal, I guess.
Well, I mean, unless the field is a different size, when you start playing the game,
No, it's
where
your body. When your
where you're
body,
at. Yeah, but
it's your body.
they get over there early enough to adapt. I think they've been over there for a week.
They should adapt, but I don't know. I like the bet
When
again.
you were in high school, did you not
Mm,
go preseason? Did you not go somewhere for scrimmages that like we when I was in high school my senior
yeah.
year, we went to Lubbock and scrimmage Hobbs, New Mexico.
Yep.
You know, totally different place, never been there before. Go scrimmage Hobbs, New Mexico. It all looks kind of exciting and different and never been here before. They snap the ball, and the only thing you're thinking about is ball, man. You forget where you're at. It's like just being in the
Well,
sandlot. You forget where you're at. You just play ball.
like for example, I'm gonna give you like it's UFC. USC flies to Florida to play a game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that far of a distance requires 24 hours for your body to get back. And usually, college only they don't send you there no more than 2 days prior.
So I'm going to tell you that as a young man, as an old man,
No,
there might be some effect on you. As a young man, you don't even think about it unless somebody tells you you need to think about it. I
I'm
saw
gonna tell you as a
USC. I saw USC fly to play Auburn when Auburn had two All-American running backs, Ronnie Brown and I forget the other Cadillac
and
Williams and Ronnie Brown,
Williams or Anderson or Williams.
Cadillac Anderson maybe, and Ronnie
No, that's a
Brown.
basketball player.
Okay, one they had two All-American running backs. USC flies from West Coast to Eastern Time
Mhm.
Zone to play Auburn, beats the dog out of them. I saw USC fly all the way across the country to play Florida State, beat the dog out of them. If you got a team, doesn't matter where they get off the bus at,
Yeah,
they can
it
play.
matters. It matters.
Nah, they can play, man.
If you go over there and fly Friday, get there Friday night and Saturday morning, you got to play. You're in trouble.
No, they got there on Friday, had a walkthrough, went out and played on Saturday. Nobody told them
Yeah,
they should
24
be
hours.
worried about it.
They're
Nobody
doing
told
it
them that,
now. They
but you're always going to have 24 hours unless you're in high school and you ride the bus there after school to the game. But in
oh man,
college, yeah, you're going to fly
you,
in on Friday.
it's a different day. These guys
Nah,
ain't cut like we.
they still travel on Friday. If you're a college
No,
player
they
and you're
don't.
going
They
on the
get
road,
there if
they
you're
get there
traveling
on
over 1,000.
Friday.
Here's the rule.
Hmm.
Look it
Show
up.
it to me.
NCAA
Where's the book?
rule.
Where's the book?
I don't have. I'm gonna look it up and send it to you.
Okay.
If you traveling over 1,000 miles, you're gonna do at least 2 to 3 days ahead to get there. Especially when you go
You
to
have
Hawaii. You think they go on
you
Friday, fly over to Hawaii on
you
Friday and play?
you have access to Oklahoma City newspapers and probably people in Oklahoma who can tell you when Michigan's plane landed. And I'm betting you money that Michigan's plane landed today.
Well, that's not too far from Oklahoma.
It's more than 1,000 miles
Michigan? The state of Michigan?
From Ann Arbor to Norman, Oklahoma. I'll
No.
tell you. Just give me a second. Give me a second,
Okay, get that second.
and
Go ahead and get
I'm
that.
gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up for you because I think there's some distance there. I might
That
even be
might
able to
be
find
if you're
out.
driving.
I might be a well. What are we talking about? Flight miles or just or miles?
No, no,
Austin to
no. Go what you're
Norman.
doing.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
All right. Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Do, do, Hey, what?
1,022 miles.
Oh man, that ain't.
That ain't
It,
nothing, right? You
that,
said
that,
a
that,
thousand
that, that,
miles. You said 1,000 miles.
yeah, I did, but that's only 22 miles. That ain't gonna hurt.
22 miles over. Okay.
Well,
All right. Not too far.
since you looking at it, just look at it. Put down there. When did they land in in Oklahoma
Yeah,
City?
I'm gonna try to see if I can if they've got that information.
I don't really know groupies like that know where hotel rooms are, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I'm just talking about the news, the sports reporters there in Oklahoma City at the paper would know because they'd be out there to interview the team, coach getting off the plane.
Hey, look, I got um I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm writing as I go. This is after the show info. That's what it is.
Okay.
It's 8:10. I don't know if that makes a difference to you.
It's about prayer time for me, if that's what you're
That's what I
thinking
was
about.
thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. The Michigan Wolverines arrived in Norman, Oklahoma on Friday, September 5th, 2025 for their game against the Oklahoma Sooners.
What time?
I'm looking to see if they've got that information. The Wolverines equipment truck was already in Norman, as confirmed by an Instagram post earlier Friday.
That
Let's
usually
see.
happens normal anyway, right there.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
equipment goes way
yeah.
ahead.
It probably started out on Tuesday to get it down to okay, so this is a Facebook post, says Michigan just arrived. Let me see if I can get this to come up. Okay, Michigan just arrived.
8, 9, 11.
I'm trying to see if they put this time in here.
Hey,
It says 3 hours ago. That seems late.
that's
Seems like
like
they would have
6
been there
p.m.
earlier. Yeah, it seems like they
or
would have been there
5 p.m.
earlier than that. Hmm.
Well, that's enough time right there. Woo, boy took off. Hey, our, our unemployment rate finally went up.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy
I don't know what
drop.
that I don't know what that has to do with the wide world of sports, but yeah, it went
No,
up,
that was
and
just a thought. We
job
said we talk about
number of
anything.
the number of jobs that new jobs and stuff. And I know
Was
they'll do
22,
some
22,000.
22. Yeah, it's very low, man. That's like what used to happen in Dallas in a good month. 22,000 new jobs created, and that was
I
nationwide.
know.
So no, that's not a good number
It's just sad
at
we're
all.
suffering for
Well,
needlessly.
the suffering hasn't started yet.
No, it
People are
hasn't.
still people are still out shopping. I mean, some people are kind of pulling back a little bit, but most people are still out going to restaurants, buying new clothes, going
Oh
on
yeah,
trips. Some
that's good.
friends of mine, because their money hasn't got tight yet, and if they lost their job, unemployment's running them for a little while. They think they're going to pop a new job pretty soon, so they're still trying to do the happy face. Everything is going to be great. So no, we haven't been hit by troubles yet,
Just yet.
not yet. But it could. I mean, it could. I hope it doesn't happen. But
I hope it don't.
the direction that we're going,
You will.
it's
One
it's
thing
going to
you
be
will.
hard. It's going to be hard not to feel some pain.
One thing you will see is military in the streets.
Maybe, maybe you got to pay those people too, though.
Well, that's what's hurting. DC. Oh my God! When I was in the reserves, and that month, when we did the month, 2 week AT, when we
Hmm.
came in for 2 weeks, we would go to like Honduras or somewhere like that. We would fly away, man, and those were big checks. Work for 2 weeks and get a month and a half of pay.
Right,
We was like, woo. So these guys are getting money, but they ain't doing nothing in DC but picking up trash, planting flowers. But
right.
anyway,
Because the people who would normally be doing that job, they were fired by Doge.
fire. Right.
Yeah. So I mean,
Saying just
it's costing it's costing the country money for this theater to go on because you don't need them in DC. The crime not that bad there. So that's one thing. These people, these National Guardsmen, especially military guys, okay. I mean, use them for whatever if it's legal. But the National Guardsmen, if you're calling them in away from their full time job, their full time employment,
yep,
right? You're taking them away from
yep,
somebody. And
yep,
maybe some of these guys have their own business that you're calling them
yep.
away from, right? It doesn't make sense in that aspect of it just to put on a show because you're failing somewhere else that you want to
Right,
divert
right.
attention away from your failures. And the guy he's a natural born failure. That's all he's ever done is fail.
Right, right. True that.
So
So, what else you got? You
just want to
got you got
remind
a.
people, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, United States men's national team versus South Korea. It's a friendly, but it's a good chance to have a look at least half the team that's going to represent us in the World Cup next summer to see how they play
Oh,
in Pochettino's new system. So I don't know if that interrupts anybody's college football watching, but I will be tuned in to a little footsie called soccer at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
where you gonna watch it at? Same place UT playing?
No, I'm probably just going to sit at home and watch that one, and then I'll get myself prepped for a little Michigan Oklahoma on ABC.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good game. I haven't
and
heard anything from Michigan.
I wish I could. I was almost tempted to go to the Hilltop tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock to see SMU Baylor.
Ooh,
If it
I
was
wonder when
SMU
you go.
TCU, I would have gone because I really want
What's
to
the
see that game.
hilltop?
SMU,
Oh, okay. You mean go to the
yeah,
game?
yeah. Go to the game, go to the stadium and see them play.
How much is it? How much is it to go to a college football
Man,
game
you
now?
can get in for like $10.
Oh, for real, for real. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're
And that's a nice stadium. Ford Stadium is a nice stadium to see a football game.
yeah. Uh, that coach for my high school, my former high school, Eisenhower High School in Lawton, Oklahoma.
Hmm.
Man, he ain't done nothing different.
Has he got anybody to do anything with?
Yeah, he got players.
Yeah, but I mean, are they any good, man?
Coach him up.
So attend when you have shifts in population, attendance zones. I don't know if they created any new high schools in Lawton.
They did. Well, no new high school. We still got three.
Okay,
But
neighborhoods change, and
they have.
you may not be getting the same supply from
Look,
the junior highs and middle schools as you did back in the day.
that's what they did. Look, with us, in the '70s. Lawton High School had all the players. From Lawton View had the black neighborhoods, and that's where
Hmm.
they went to school. But we started moving out, and that's why we ended up at Eisenhower. So we were good. I mean,
Well,
they were they were
obviously
strong.
from the score you showed me, nobody's
Man,
moving in. Nobody's moving in there anymore. There's somewhere else, right?
but they've been
It's
they've
like
been getting destroyed like this.
it's like here in Dallas. Dallas Carter used to be the
Uh-huh.
standard, man. That was the standard. Dallas Carter Cowboys.
Right.
Man, Carter Cowboys have a hard time beating North Dallas High now, and North
Oh,
Dallas High
really?
may still have the record for the most losses in a row in the state of Texas.
Mm-mm-mm.
But that's population shifts. All those people who used to be in the Dallas Carter attendance zone, they now live in DeSoto, Lancaster, Cedar Hill. They moved on out to the suburbs, right?
Lawton High seemed to get all the players still. That
Okay.
that shift never bothers them. It bothered the 3A school. Well, they're we're 7A now. The 6A school, MacArthur, did a good job. I mean, that's where all the athletes are now. Cause of the
Hmm.
Army. Army moved in. They shift the people that live off base.
Yeah.
They got a whole community over there, and that's where they go into school now.
Okay. When I was growing up out in West Texas, You on a Friday night, you would see Barry Switzer at the game,
Of
Midland Lee
course.
playing permanent. Midland Lee playing permanent. Daryl Royal, the old coach of Texas, he'd be over watching
Yep.
Abilene Cooper play San Angelo High.
You
Tom
mentioned
Osborne would be
two.
down watching us play Big Spring or something. They don't go out there anymore because that population that was out there has steadily dwindled,
You
and people
mentioned
move to the city.
you mentioned two high schools that I ran against in track and got blowed out.
Okay,
One of them was Abilene, and one of them was Hobbs.
okay. So let me tell you.
Those
Let me say this. I've mentioned Abilene Cooper. They ain't got no track team. If you ran against Abilene High, them dudes at
uh
Abilene High, man, I ran against Abilene High when I was in high school. And
hmm
all you can do is say, man, let's get this silver medal.
Hey, these are white boys. These are white dudes, man. And nah, they was killing that day.
Yeah,
Well,
Hobbs was good. Hobbs had good athletes back in the day. I don't know what they
yeah,
have now, but back in the day, Hobbs with those
Hobbs
golden
was
dome helmets, trying to look like Notre Dame, man, they had some good teams.
well. What you looking for tomorrow?
Uh, I'm looking for a really close game between Michigan and Oklahoma. I'm really looking to see what
Hey, didn't
Arizona
they
State,
suspend that coach? Didn't they suspend the black coach for Michigan?
if they did, it won't be for tomorrow. It won't
Oh,
be for
okay, he's
tomorrow's
still there.
game. Yeah. So I'm looking to see Arizona State comes in with a big reputation based on what they did against Texas in the playoff last year. Even though they don't have the little running back anymore, obviously people think they have a good program. They're ranked. They play Mississippi State tomorrow in Starkville. I'm looking to see how they play. If they go in to Starkville, Mississippi State's not that good, but you still got to go on the road in a SEC, you know, university. If Arizona State goes in and spanks Mississippi State, I think you got to put Arizona State as the Big 12 favorite over TCU and Texas Tech and Iowa State. Big 12's got some good teams.
Yes, I like BYU.
BYU is another one. Got to see them play somebody first, though.
I heard Utah was supposed
BYU
to be good.
lost. BYU lost their quarterback. They accused him. They accused him
Uh
of
huh.
rape and suspended him.
Ooh.
Then the girl came back and said she lied,
Mm.
but he was already gone. He's a starting quarterback at Tulane now.
Oh my goodness. Let me
Yeah,
write that down. Tulane might have to investigate Tulane to pick some money up.
right. Now you mentioned Utah, another
Mm-hmm.
unknown, because Utah line of scrimmage. Utah has some bad boys on both sides of the line of scrimmage, and they got a pretty good running back. Don't know about their quarterback at all. The 6-year kid that they had last year who got hurt, he's gone. So I don't know what Utah has a quarterback. That will be the determining factor on how far they go is how well their quarterback plays. But on the line of scrimmage, both lines of scrimmage, Utah's got some grown men.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Elwood. It look like it's about time to run this down.
Yeah,
Wind
brother.
this down.
Enjoyed it. Enjoyed it.
Me
We
too.
will be back on Tuesday night at
This
7,
coming Tuesday.
this coming Tuesday at 7 o'clock with a full slate of NFL games and a few college games to
A
run through.
few.
Well, we got a full slate except for Cowboys and what's going on tonight. So, I mean, we'll be able to talk about tonight's game and everything that happens on Sunday and Monday and take a look at the schedule coming up for, the 14th. Well, starting Thursday night. I don't even know who the next Thursday night game is. I need to check that out,
Ooh,
get
I
that
did.
schedule.
One last question to you.
Hmm.
Jackson Dart. How quickly you
Yeah.
think he gonna start?
What did I tell you about him? Didn't I tell you about that boy? Hey, look, if they had not traded for Russell Wilson and still
Mm-hmm.
have Denver paying most of his salary, so they're getting off cheap, kind of cheap this year with him, Jackson Dart would be the starting quarterback, except for that name, Russell Wilson. That's how good he
Right, right.
is.
Yeah, he
So
looks good.
everything is going to be determined on how well Russ plays. They got a tough one to start this weekend. I think Washington's going to beat them, but I don't think it's going to be bad. So I think that will save Russ a week, and then Russ is going to come to Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
and it will depend. If the Giants are 0-2 going into week 3, then week 3 becomes a make or break for Russell Wilson. Because if they go 0-3, they're not getting to the playoffs. And if they're not getting to the playoffs, you might as well introduce Jackson Dart and let him start getting some experience. And I say the
Yeah,
same.
he need to.
I say the same thing about Cleveland. If Cleveland is 0-2, then week 3 is a referendum.
You know, Shiloh got picked up by Baltimore, right?
Okay.
And I'm glad because he was trying to go to CFL with his brother.
Okay. Well,
So
I
they
mean,
keep him.
he got cut because of an indiscretion.
He said it wasn't because of the fight.
Yeah, he was though. Me and you both know the truth about that. It was
I didn't.
he came down to discipline, and if they're going to choose between him and somebody else, they're going to keep the more disciplined player if they're that close. If he
So you see
doesn't
it as
make that bonehead, I think he's still on that team.
you see it as discipline, like what he did, and the same as old boy spitting on Dak. You see it as lack of
Well,
discipline, or do you
lack of
see it
discipline.
as, or do you see it as edgy?
I see it as
People
a
on the
lack of
edge.
discipline.
You don't want to
I
knock
see
that
it.
edge
I
off.
see it. I see it as a lack of discipline because, and now I'm not going to compare him to Jalen Carter. So in Jalen Carter's case, Jalen Carter, keep your head, brother, because you can live in Dak's kitchen with him. You can eat with Dak. Every pass play Dak go back, you could be back there with him eating ribs and talking to
Cause
him whole game.
you know,
All you got
you
to
know
do
Dak could
is
get.
keep your cool for 5 seconds, and you can live in Dak's house with Dak,
You know Dak
right?
could give it to you. Yeah.
So that's on Jalen. Jalen knows better. Said after the game he knew better than that. Because if you really want to make that
Yeah.
impression, if you want to make that impression, just get back there and live with it. Say I'm the
But
husband, you the wife. I'm coming home every play.
every play. All right, here we go. We got to get going.
All right, brother. Good talking to you. We'll see you Tuesday
All
at the
right.